What's going on, Mr. Green? Andrew, what's up now? All right. Well, what's up, brother? I what's going on, Andrew? I'm a little bit beat up, man. I worked out till about 4 a.m. Then the baby comes at 6:30 a.m. So, and he wanted to watch Garfield all damn morning. But I thought it was I'm looking over the YouTube screen might look a little different because I had to set the phone differently because it's charging while I'm doing this thing. But what I really wanted to talk about is, and that's why this thing is called reality, and it's just really something to think about. I'm not gonna be argumentative on this post and everything. What's going on, big bro Rufino, Eric, Michael, Jason? Y'all coming in fast now. Devin, man, this is we just, when we start talking about reality, this is what I'm saying. Oh, you in the gym now? Get it in. But man, okay, we start with the D line page, and some of y'all are not on the D line page. A lot of people are upset. Bobby this, Bobby did this, Bobby did that. Okay, Bobby has his fun on the page. Bobby always has his fun. But a lot of the things that Bobby puts up are thought provoking. What's going on, Heather? What I mean by thought provoking, y'all have to understand this, that some things that you don't want to hear are very true. You know, fat people don't want to hear, hey, you fat. That's the truth. If you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. When we talk about these dogs, sometimes we're going to say some things that are truthful. There's going to be some things that need to be said about the dogs. And it's not always going to rub everybody the right way. But as long as the dogs are actually, my ear looks crazy on this thing. But as long as as long as the debates are actually true, this is something that you can get an educational perspective out of, and we can gain some ground as far as making our dogs better. The one thing in this community that's a lot different from other communities that I visited in the process of trying to learn about how to make this registry the best that I can make it is I feel like many people feel as though something is owed to them. You know, at the end of the day, nothing is owed to you. You have to be honest. Every time I try to come on here, I try to be honest. I am not, in my opinion, I am not a great breeder. I'm a good breeder that works hard. And I know I have a lot of stuff to fix. I have a lot of stuff to fix about me as a person. You know, and being honest, Isaiah, man, you got to start posting over there. You know, being honest is what's going to help me do that. I've had failures as a dog man. I've had failures as a person. I've had failures as a father. And throughout all of those situations, you have to come back. What's going on, John? John? You have to come back, and you have to learn from it, and you have to do better. What you see on the D-Line page right now, Bobby puts up a lot of stuff. And the mission, I would tell y'all, being dead honest, is for years on, myself and D-Line, other pages used to bash us. They used to talk shit about us because we always went against the agenda. We have never been the ones to hug up with people in their booths. We have never been the ones to say whatever's hot over at this registry or that registry that we wanted to be a part of it. We've never been the guys who tried to conform. Our message and my personal message, my brother Ruben and Randy, I see y'all, Angelo, and my brother Tyus right there. But what's going on, Demetrius? But the one thing that we have always tried to do is we've always tried to be real and true to ourselves. Y'all have seen people attack me for different things, and I've went back and forth with people about different things. But I'll be honest with you. The one thing that you can never see anybody say about me is that I've ever took the money and ran, or I've took the fame and ran. I've never been the one to look for a bunch of awards. I've never been the one to look for a part, to be a part of a clique. I didn't want to conform. I always feel like if you're doing the right thing 90% of your life, you're never going to conform. You're never going to be a part of the popular, because Doing the right thing is not popular. You know, people do things and they conform to things to fit in, but I never wanted to fit in, especially not if it means me going against what I love. And I actually love my dogs, and I respect the work that we did to make this breed what it is today. You know, to bring the popularity to the breed, not what it is today. And you know, on the D line page, there are a lot of debates, but I'm sorry, I was getting a call in, and but you know, there are a lot of debates, but this is the opportunity that I will tell you. The D line page is going so crazy right now. You know, that if you have something informative, if you have something on your mind, if you have anything, you want your dog to be seen, this is a place right now that you can go on there and you can post your stuff up. And every post, you know, some posts people are arguing, you know, but if you want, what's going on, Jesus? If you want the opportunity to post your stuff up and to make and to have it seen, this is the most active page right now in the whole entire bully community. We are literally accepting damn near 1,000 people a day. The activity is off the charts. Get in there. You can, instead of crying about what you see on the page that you don't like, pay attention to the posts where a lot of people are making good posts, asking about health issues. What's going on, Ryan? Asking about different things. You make the page what you want to, just like you make your life what you want to. But you know, that page is there for everybody. We rarely kick people off the page unless you just being an absolute asshole, you know, and going somewhere else. You make the page what you want to, you know. This is not a page like some of the other pages where we've tried to restrict you and you have to fit in with our ideas. If you want to post exotics, go and post exotics. Now you might get blasted, but that, hey, some people have posted some nice exotic style dogs that we liked. You know what I mean? But our main goal is to give people a platform to do what they want to do and to get information out there. It's not to constrict anybody. It's not to give anybody that feeling that you have to be a part of what Terrell thinks or what Bobby thinks or Ruben thinks or, you know, any of us. You know, we like to keep the freedom of speech and the freedom of opportunity here so that we can have an opportunity to make this thing better. You know, the one thing I would tell y'all is this. My opinions on things, yeah, the truth definitely hurts. You know, my opinion on things will never change, you know. Some people over the last few weeks have gotten mad about some of the comments and some of the things that was said about World Star, and I'll address that directly. I never, ever, ever, ever am happy to see, hey, thank you, Full Tilt Bullies, that's YouTube. But I never am happy to see any of these dogs die. You know, I'm never happy to see any of the health issues. That's why I keep on having to go through the headaches of talking about these health issues. California Bully Selection Program. Dang. Whoo, you got a name there. Good morning, brother. But, you know, at the end of the day, our goal is to make the breed better. I am going to give you the most honest opinion. I don't care if I don't like the people. And what's going on, Christian Buckner? If any of y'all, you know, if any of y'all was there last year, you know, people know about situations with me and certain people, and I have judged fun shows, and I've given them ribbons, even though I really don't feel them, and I have my own personal opinion about them as a person. If you have the best dog in the ring or whatever, you know, I'm going to give you a ribbon. But the one thing I'm not going to do is because you get popular or people are patting you on the back and different things that I'm going to change my opinion. You know, and you know, in the situation with World Star came out, I love one of his owners. You know what I mean? Dude, Ken is a hell of a guy, man. Hell of a guy. And I have great respect for him. And the thing I said, it was not a bad thing because I've actually given World Star a first place ribbon before in a different type of show. But the thing of it is I have to be totally 100% honest at all times. And, you know, when people want me to elevate a dog to a legendary status or something and you're a puppy and different things like that, I'm not going to do that. You know, when people talk about what, you know, what has the dog done and different things, I keep it honest. Andrea, what's going on, lady? I keep it honest. I come from a different era than most people. You know, most people now, these ribbons, they want us to, hold the dogs up in the air like they did on the Lion King or something, and anoint them the next king or whatever. But those ribbons don't mean anything. They never have meant anything. A title is a title. Some of my dogs get titles or whatever, but especially at this day and age where we have so many champions and so many of them are, of lower quality that they shouldn't be champions. World Star had a great potential, man. He had a great potential. I liked the dog. I liked his look. He had potential. I would have loved to see him. Hey, keep doing your thing, California, because that's what we about too. You know, I I I would have loved to see him fully mature. Y'all, you got that right, Robert. And I ain't forgot about you. I'm just still on cleanup duty from this damn hurricane shit. I'm catching up though. Trees everywhere. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Arthur, I don't think that it would have been that recognition. I think a lot of it was hype. I think anytime a puppy is a champion and a puppy has that much hype, I mean, has this much going on, it's hype because honestly, a dog has proven nothing. All you're saying is that a judge, the certain judges, what's going on, Mr. Holmes, my brother? A certain judges have liked this dog and this animal or whatever, but we live in a dog world, man. And I tell you what, the dogs who have transcended time and the dogs that you would talk about forever, whether it's Excalibur or now shit, Denzel has done it, Dax has done it, certain dogs have done it, I mean, we can talk about them because you talk about their blood. Paco is one of the dogs that have done it. In the dog world, the way you have to do it is you have to earn that shit. Your trophies don't mean anything. I've seen a lot of puppies that's getting all this accolades and they're shown by certain people and this, that, and the other, and they're hyped up by certain people. And now we have all these super that damn entry. Well, we have all these super dogs, these super young dogs that are supposed to be just dominating and they're all everything all the time. But the truth of the matter is what have they done? And it's not to take anything away from them dogs. It's just to set the playing field as to where it's at, I mean, and anywhere else in the world, you get that question, what have you done? In the American bully world, it's like an honor society to where we feel like something is owed. If you get into the right clique and the right people is pushing the dog and, oh, don't say anything about that dog because such and such and yes, he's big time and it's no. Every dog has to earn it. Every dog still has to be broke down. Even when you win your ribbons, people are going to question things about you. The great ones, and I do mean that, the great ones, because I've had the privilege to own what I believe to be two of the greatest, Denzel and Halle. I tell you one thing about it. When Denzel won his championship, nobody asked and cried and complained about why this dog was winning because he was a very good confirmation dog. When Halle won, they expected her to win. I didn't have to go through debates and different things with her. People expected her to win. When that bitch came in, a good friend of mine's, God bless him right now, he's sitting down a little bit, Chris from AAO, he used to always be in there laughing because he had a bad bitch named Devious at the time, and she never lost to anybody except for Halle. But every time he would come to the ring, he would be like, well, fuck it, I'm getting second today, I don't know about the rest of y'all. And that was the running joke because she was expected to win. And the thing about it is as dominant as she was in the ring, Halle's legacy lives through Denzel. What she did to contribute to the rest of the dog world, her legacy lives through the male she produced. And I'll tell y'all this, Halle unfortunately died at a younger age, 4 years old. She had some difficulties during her pregnancy and screwed that shit up. And yeah, and I lost my baby. She was only about 4.5. And but to tell you why Halle's name will forever be in the books, not just because she's the first ABKC champion, but look what she's done. And I'll just give y'all a quick rundown. If y'all talk about Grand Champion Rogue, who's one of Anthony Gray's main guys over there, and that was his main guy for a minute. That's Halle's grandson. It's a son of her. He's a son of her son Biggie, who's also a champion and Denzel's brother. The great one right now, who's the best. Oh, Mary, I appreciate it. The great one right now, who I feel like is the best representation of an American bully, maybe in the world, is Ruger. Ruger is actually Hallie's grandson. It's Denzel's brother, Rome's son. Great grandson. It's Rome's grandson. His mother is a Rome daughter. Then you talk about Denzel, and we can keep on naming dogs, but whether it's dogs I like or don't like, you can't have your super high price Magoo dogs without Denzel. Denzel is Magoo's grandfather. Hallie is his great grandmother. It doesn't matter the dog. It doesn't matter. We can still talk about it. The first dog to ever win 3 grand championships, Bison, is Denzel's son. Uno, who is posted as the standard on the ABKC board, is Denzel's son. We can go for many different avenues, and I can keep on naming off dogs that come from her legacy. See, that's what I mean about earning something. People can give you awards, but one thing people can't give you is the talent to reproduce and to have your legacy carry on through your blood. We have seen many dogs that have come through this thing and had all the hype in the world, and people talked about how great they were. $5,000 studs, $10,000 studs, this, that, and the other. But we have seen very few who have transcended time, and their blood continuously works no matter what you do to it. There's been shit done to some of the blood that I produced that I didn't even like. But at the end of the day, it contributed to something that other people liked. And I do take pride in that, especially a couple of the breedings that I did, it worked. To this day right now, Denzel is arguable because people don't keep great stats. But right now, a lot of people do believe that Denzel has produced more champions, grand champions total between the ABKC and the other registries than any other dog. I know Bullmaster is up there, and it's a few. But that's how you make a mark as a legendary dog. We live in this time now where these dogs come along and people put that hype wagon on them. Oh, he's a great dog. He's a great dog. He's this, he's that. Come use my stud. Come use my stud. And I tell y'all, out of all these great studs that we've heard about over the years, really name the dogs off of them. All these hyped up dogs that we hear about nowadays. You talk about all these hyped up dogs and they tell you how great they stud is, and the registries are pushing them and they're making t-shirts and they're doing all these things. But when you ask for actual productions that's actually going to transcend time and not a production that needs more hype to carry it on, very few can show you that. I've often said, especially in the American bully world, when you start hearing about somebody say, I'm using this dog's blood, that's when you know that dog is about something. That's when you know that dog did something. I know one of Denzel's sons, Vin Diesel. People talk about, I got that Vinny blood. And I've seen a lot of people who built their whole yards off of Vin Diesel. And that's definitely, like, to me, I'm like, damn, that's an honor because, Denzel got his own thing going on. But now he got sons that people are actually, like, qualify that as a whole blood by itself. But you have to earn this stuff. And I don't understand why so many people are getting offended when we are saying earn your keep. It is obvious that certain dogs get more hype. Of course, if I had a dog that some other people might have, the dog would get more hype because I have a lot of followers. I have a lot of viewers. I don't go into the ABKC ring or anything like that. But, yeah, Pumpkin was a bad bitch. That's Vin Diesel's sister. Yeah. But, at the end of the day, we have to get back to the basics with our dogs. We've always butted heads. And the reason why we've always butted heads in this thing has been very simple. The main reason why we butt heads in this American bully community is because you have two different types of people. You have people who are here to sell things, to be a part of this fraternity, to be a part of this hype, and their life begins and ends with sales and ribbons and accolades. Then you have those of us who are here for the dogs. And our main goal is to make a better dog. Even if it takes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, our goal is to make a better dog. Those who talk to me are sometimes amazed that honestly, right now, I freeze Denzel because I haven't done a whole lot of breedings with Denzel. Most of the breedings that you see are other people's breedings. I haven't done a ton of breedings with Denzel, but in order for me to do breedings that make sense, I had to make the bitches. I had to see what he could do. I had to make the bitches. So now I'm freezing the semen and I'm calling in for other studs that I feel like I need to make the bitches that I want to use. And then I have to wait that 2 or 3 years out till those bitches are of age. Then I use the frozen semen to come back and do what I honestly feel like will be Denzel's greatest breedings ever, because it's line bred and the characteristics will be there in the females that I know allows him to. What's going on, Eric? That allows him to produce the best way that he can produce. And most people don't understand the science of breeding. You know, we come in here and we buy dogs and we listen to a couple speeches, and then we get into ABKC and we win 1 or 2 ribbons and we think that we're dog gods. And we don't know that we on the playground. We basically kindergartners in the dog world, you know. We ain't even made it to first grade yet because this shit is at such a low level, you know. You can't go anywhere else and find dogs with this kind of conformational issues. I mean, you know, I seen excuse me, Mr. Robert Ellis on there, and he's showing a beautiful ass Staffy girl. But you know, you see those guys that show over in the AKC and you know and on high level registries, international shows and stuff, and it's a whole different ball game. And I have to tell y'all, people have to stop getting mad at the people who want our dogs to be better. You have to stop. You know, you sound crazy, because at the end of the day, everybody who's saying that these dogs should be better is correct. It's no argument. That's why y'all have heard me many a times. I've opened up that. I know that's right. Go Brownies. I got my Cavs hat on today. But you know, I've seen many people who can't understand that. What's going on, Chris Bryant? They can't understand that we want this thing to be elevated. We want to get things to a point to where our dogs, you know, are better than their dogs. That our dogs have a lifespan of 10 to 12 years. And that's another thing that has bothered me for a long time, is that we have no focus on how long our dogs are supposed to live. With all this hype and everything else that we see going on, and these ribbons handed out to these dogs with these fucked up feet and breathing issues and everything else, our dogs are dying younger, but yet and still we have our main registry patting themselves on the back for how great of a job they're doing. And I wonder if that's the part of the problem, because in my mind, the only job that you can be judged on as a registry is basically how good are your dogs? How good are your dogs doing? Whereas, you know, it seems like this registry tends to believe that their success is how many people are getting involved in this thing. And I've often looked at that as a sort of insanity, because if you have 1 million people following you doing the wrong thing, you've accomplished nothing at all. You can have one person with you doing the right thing, and y'all have went the right way. And right now, that's where we're at. We have all these open debates. We have all these, you know, we have all this bullshit going on. But at the end of the day, it still boils down to our dogs ain't shit. You know, the breathing issues and all the other issues we see, I've challenged, I've called out, I've said it aggressively, I've said it passive aggressively, I've said it, you know, in a professional manner. I've said, ABKC judges, I would welcome you to explain to me some of the dogs that we've seen win. I've left that out there. I didn't run. I didn't hide. I didn't, you know, it wasn't a thing of, oh, I want to fight you. I wasn't yelling. But see, the thing of it is that these people would talk about me and take little slick shots, and most of them don't have the balls to come at me directly. So they take little slick shots on bullshit posts on other people's posts, and they, oh yeah, boom, or this or that or the other. But I call y'all out by name, and I call you out as an organization, and I ask for you to explain something that is very, very simple. Why are the dogs fucked up? And why are fucked up dogs winning? You know, explain to me how you feel that dogs that have bad feet or bad backs or any of these other issues are championship quality. How do you not understand that the championship dogs are supposed to be the dogs that we're using as breeding stock to go forward to make our breed better? So if you pick a dog that makes a dog a grand champion with a kink tail, you've in sense said that, okay, it's okay for our dogs to have kink tails going forward. You know, it gets, you know, hey, much love, 120, for sure. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to get up in Jersey. We're going to have shows everywhere, man. You know, I mean, Mary, that's a great question. When you have dogs that are winning exotic shows and they get in the ABKC ring and actually win, you know, when you have champions who have dogs that are represented as exotic dogs on, you know, on their pedigree, you know, all of this, these are all Very, 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 very simple questions, but at the same time, we often get told to shut up, or we're hating, or why you talking about this, or why you doing that. Because at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, it's the Jedi mind trick. Every time you start to bring up a little bit of truth, they try to shame you and tell you that you starting drama. You know what I mean? That's what they do every single time. You know, oh no, Eric, I'm starting my own registry, working hard and making, and like I've told everybody else before, I don't feel like it's a competition, because what the other registry has done is something that we don't care to do. We don't care to be a part of any of the nonsense. We don't care to hype anybody up. All we're about, what's going on, dog, man? Uh, okay, for sure, for sure. What we all we care about is making the breed better. That's it. Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else. At the end of the day, all we care about is making the breed better. All of the hype and all of the all everything that we are doing, it has to be better. The dogs have to be better. We can eliminate all the hype in the world. You know what I mean? But it has to get better. It has to be about dogs. This Jedi mind trick shit that we have seen happen every time that we start talking about dogs and making the dogs better, and the unfairness of the show ring that you are being, oh, you're drama. We stay away from the drama. We stay away from the drama. To me, that's the biggest crock of bullshit. Dave will never come back on the radio show because Dave doesn't want to answer real questions. Dave never. I'm gonna put it to y'all like this, and I stopped mid sentence because I seen your statement. But the truth of the matter is this: is that the way we do this is a reality. A radio show is not gonna make Dave Wilson answer the questions that he doesn't want to answer. Everybody has been complaining about healthy, functional dogs, about some of the things we've seen in the ring. We've had the most respected judge that they had leave talking about politics. We've had, one of the most controversial dogs in the world winning at high levels and everybody up in the outrage. And through all of this, you never heard Dave Wilson or anybody from the ABKC make an actual statement about it. You know what I mean? Make an actual statement about it. Because they don't want to address those things, because it's no way to address it besides saying, yeah, I'm full of shit. Dave would never sit there and tell you that Mr. Beans was a good conformation dog. Dave would never tell you that it's okay for a dog to have a kink tail and be a grand champion and a nationals winner. He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that because it puts him in a catch-22, because everybody is going to look at him like, dude, how did that make sense? It makes him look like a low-budget dog man, which pretty much at this time, that's what it all is, that's it. We have, at the end of the day, we have to get better. We have to get better as a whole entire unit. We have to get better as a whole entire community. It is time for people to be leaders instead of followers. It's time for people to step up and stop looking to ride everybody's coattails who has a little bit of success, and be willing to grind for what you actually believe in. I always hear y'all throwing up y'all heart. Oh, I'm a dog man. I love my dogs. I love this. I love that. I love this breed. I want to push forward with this breed. But the least little bit of adversity comes, and everybody wants to jump ship and go everywhere else. I want to agree with this person because he's got popularity, and I feel like I can get in, or the road can be easier. I had to tell y'all this, man. This American bully is so fucked up. If you want to be a part of this breed and you serious about making a change in this breed, understand that this is not an easy road. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. I'm telling y'all this, and I'm being honest with y'all. It's fucked up. I have been working, and people who know me and who are close to me know I've been working my ass off. I have not been relying on the Dave Wilsons of the world. I have the same type of knowledge that they have about the American bully and what it's supposed to be. We've all been around Dave a little longer than I have, but our knowledge is basically the same. I've had to reach out to real dog people, I've had to reach out to some judges who've literally been around the world, judged from the highest to the lowest, to judging in Russia and Romania and back to the States, Westminster, guys with 50 years or more of experience. I've sat down in a circle with over 200 years of dog experience, and I just asked my questions because I wanted to learn, because I care about this breed. I'm not going to keep on going in the same circles over and over again and watching the breed get fucked up. I'll retire, walk away from the shit, and it'll have to be one or the other. Either I'll have to not be here, or I'm going to be all the way here. But this is, you know, some of y'all have very, 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 very thin skin. And this is not the place for that. Because if y'all haven't figured out what goes on over there, is if you have very thin skin, they put pressure on you, you know. They can talk about you, they can blast you, they can say whatever they want about you. If you say, well, what's wrong with that dog's feet, you'll have 30 people come out, call you a hater, talk shit about you, you over